Let's talk about some upcoming BL anime. Basically all three of these anime that I'm talking about are problematic in some way, and I'm not gonna hide that fact. Hi, welcome to Fudanshi, where I share LGBTQ and BL Media through news, reviews, and good conversation. My name is Devin Randall, and today it's time for the weekly update, where I share LGBTQ and BL Media news, anything from casting announcements to Hollywood and BL video games and more. So let's get talking. To start off with our queer quota, let's talk about E3. E3 happened just this past weekend up to like Monday, Tuesday. If you don't know what E3 is, it's basically the biggest video gaming conference convention in the year. It's an annual convention where a bunch of video gaming companies try to market to video gamers and tell them what games they're currently working on, what's coming up. Honestly, concerning LGBTQ news, there isn't a lot. For instance, the upcoming Assassin's Creed game, Assassin's Creed Odyssey, is either in Rome or in Greece. But essentially, yeah, it's just another Assassin's Creed game. I'm sorry guys, at this point it's like they come out with one every other year. But they have announced that there will be romance options this time, that you can like romance different NPCs and characters and so on, and that won't be barred by gender. So you can have a male character who romances male characters. But the bigger issue, the bigger story, is what happened with The Last of Us Part 2. The Last of Us Part 2 is a much anticipated game because the first game was highly celebrated for its story. It's like a different take on the zombie apocalypse, where these spores and fungi have taken over the world. They've created this disease where people essentially become zombies. And there are these humans who either have to fight the zombies or fight themselves for different reasons. The story specifically focuses on two people, an older man named Joel, who is kind of just surviving. He's not really living as much as he's just surviving. And then he meets this young girl, teenage or so girl, named Ellie. The story follows them during a trek across the country and forming a father-daughter bond. Specifically, the sequel is going to have a time skip and follow Ellie as the protagonist. And it was actually revealed in a bonus, a DLC, that Ellie was gay. So a lot of people have been excited for the sequel because they're like, Ellie's older, let's, explore her sexuality a little bit. And the trailer that came out of E3 specifically showed that. In the very first scene, you see her dancing with, flirting with, and kissing another woman. Disney XD, which is basically like their boys channel. They live streamed the E3 event and they ended up they censored a part of the kiss. And a lot of people were upset by this. Disney made a statement later through a spokesperson trying to explain that they were actually cutting out a violent scene that comes right after the kiss. Right after the kiss, Ellie is seen slitting a man's throat. And they said that they didn't want to show gratuitous violence to children. So they ended up just accidentally cutting half of the kiss, as well as that knife scene. So technically it wasn't so much that they wanted to censor a gay kiss, it's just so much that they happened to edited it in a way that it got cut while trying to do this other thing. Next, Rotten Tomatoes. For Pride, they have released a list of their top LGBTQ TV shows and movies since the 2010s. What made the list? Well, at number 10 for movies, they have A Fantastic Woman. At number 9, they have Pariah. At number 8, they have Carol. At number 7, Behind the Candelabra. At number 6, Call Me By Your Name. At number 5, Tomboy. 4, Tangerine. At number 3, BPM. Number 2 is Moonlight. And number 1 is God's Own Country. Then also they did the first 10 TV shows. At number 10, we have Sense8. At number 9, we have The Assassination of Gianni Versace, American Crime Story. At number 8, Will and Grace, the revival. Though also, technically, I guess you could count the first few seasons. At number 7, Looking. At number 6, Cucumber. At number 5, Orange is the New Black. At number 4, Pose, which only has like 1 or 2 episodes out so far, but apparently it's a very good show. I haven't watched it yet. At number 3, Queer Eye. At number 2, The Fosters. And at number 1, Banana. So these are top-rated TV shows and movies with an LGBTQ twist or focus, so check them out if you want to. Next, Wonder Woman will be at least acknowledging the AIDS epidemic. The Wonder Woman sequel is currently in production. In fact, it just started production on Wednesday. They have released some official images from the first day of production up here. The second one revealed that Steve Trevor is very much alive and a part of the series. So this wasn't really so much a spoiler as much as they're just like, we know this is gonna get out, let's just get it out now. And then there are unofficial photos of the set of the first day of production that are coming out. These are mostly just fans or like regular citizens who have been taking shots because they've been filming out in the open. And not a lot can be said here, except for the fact that there is a Silence Equals Death poster in the background. If you don't know, Silence Equals Death was a poster and kind of like an organization that was used in the 1980s to speak out towards or kind of create visibility for the AIDS epidemic and really talk about how AIDS was taking over the gay community, the black community. And basically, we don't know if the AIDS epidemic will be like a plot point or anything, but at the very least, it's very cool to see that they are acknowledging it in the world of Wonder Woman. Next, on to our BL bits. First off, Love by Chance, nothing happening. Nothing happening so far. If you don't know what Love by Chance is, it is a Thai BL drama. I actually talked about it last week. A link up there. Go check that out. But essentially for everyone who has seen that video already, just a heads up that no change so far. The director is saying he's looking around to see if other channels want to publish this series. Sadly, it looks like it really is just that the new CEO or executive members of this channel are homophobic and don't want to present LGBT content, and that's sad. Let's talk about some upcoming BL anime, and the first one is, please forgive me already, Dakaretai Otoko Ichii ni Odosarete Imasu. It's a manga that's going to become an anime that will be coming out in fall of 2018, which is essentially if it's the fall season of anime, it will be in October. The story follows Seijo Takado, whose 5-year reign as the most huggable #1 actor has been snatched. Stealing his thunder is the newbie actor with a 3-year debut, Azumeya. Towards the stuffy, hostile Takado, Azumeya's sincere and sparkling smile starts to become effective. Even as Takado sets his alert level on max, Azumeya catches Takado in his shameful drunken state and uses it to blackmail him. In exchange for Azumeya's silence, Azumeya states, "Please let me hold you." So yeah, this is an adult content manga, so younger viewers, no. The thing is, it's being turned for a TV anime adaptation, so it will probably be fairly tame and I'm not going to say family friendly, but it's not going to have the adult content that the manga does have. Quite frankly, I'm not a fan of this manga, so I'm kind of happy about that because this manga is horribly problematic. And you could hear it in the synopsis. It really presents this whole like, I'm going to sexually abuse you, and then blackmail you, and then you're gonna fall in love with me trope that is horrible in anime or in Yaoi. But yeah, it's coming out in fall of 2018. Heads up for fans of the comic, but just a warning that it will probably be watered down. Basically all 3 of these anime that I'm talking about are problematic in some way, and I'm not gonna hide that fact. And the next one is Yarichin Bitch Boo. The manga centers on Takashi Tono, a boy who was just transferred to Mori Mori Academy, a private boarding school deep in the mountains. Essentially, it is about a boy who goes to an academy, boarding school. He makes friends with this sportsy, like cute guy, and he has a crush on that guy, right? He has to join the club, so he tries to join the photography club. Turns out the photography club is a disguise for essentially what is like this pervert club, essentially, because it is, again, another adult comic. He then joins this club, and he joins at the same time as another dude who essentially is a normal guy who happens to have a crush on him. And that second guy, happens to be the childhood best friends with the roommate soccer dude who has a crush on him. It's a whole love triangle situation. This comic isn't so much problematic as it is just weird. It is adult content, but at the same time, it is kind of like a comedy, kind of like out there, just random quirky things happening at our school kind of story. I'm not a big fan, but I'm not totally against it. If you're interested in this anime, it's not going to be like a serialized TV adaptation with multiple episodes. It's basically just going to be like an addition to the latest volume release. So it's coming out on a DVD addition to that in September 21st. So for us English fans, we'll probably see it online around that time in like late September, early October. And again, the manga itself is adult content. Younger viewers, do not check it out. Since it's a special DVD addition to the volume out publishing, I do not know exactly if it will be watered down or not. Lastly, we have 10 Count, which is about Shirotani Tadalmi, who is the secretary of a company president. And he meets Riku Kurose, a counselor, after Riku Kurose gives Shirotani a diagnosis of misophobia, which is essentially the fear of getting dirty. Shirotani ends up attending his counseling sessions. The thing that makes this problematic is the fact that it kind of fetishizes mental illness. So a lot of people are not fans of the comic for that, but at the same time, a lot of people are fans of this manga. And it is very spicy, very adult. So younger viewers, do not check it out. This is again getting an anime adaptation, but there's not a lot of info on like when it's coming or like in what formatting. Will it be like a weekly installment thing, or will it just be a one video OVA? We don't know yet so far. They've just announced that, hey, we're coming out with an anime adaptation. So more info on that soon, and I'll let you know when it does come out. And that's it for this weekly update. Make sure to let me know down in the comments below what you guys think about any of these topics. What do you think about this upcoming Wonder Woman sequel? And what do you think about these upcoming BL anime? And as always, Queer Fudanshi tries to share LGBTQ and BL media through news, reviews, and good conversation. So let's get talking. Bye. If you don't know what Love by Chance is, why, guys? Shut the